Hey guys, what's up? How y'all doing? I am here to talk to you guys about the final episode and my final impressions on Dragon Quest The Adventure of Dai or Dragon Quest Dai no Da'i Boken, which is on episode 100. So if anything else, it's been a very long journey. It started all the way in October 2020 up right until October 2022. 2-year journey. 2 years of a journey of the series, So if anything else, let's just get this started, And and there might be a possibility of something, but we'll talk about that towards the end. So if anything else, let's just get this started. We have to it that Dai continues his fight against Daimao Vern or Dark King Vern. And eventually Dai will be at a disadvantage due to the fact of Vern's giant size and at the same time his power being very formidable. Eventually, the Demon Dragon Blade will later on show up in front of Dai, and it will have the picture of Dai's mother. Baran tells Dai to use that sword and fight Dark King Vern, and you have to end it quick, because this blade will not be able to, kill Dark King Vern or take many blows from it. So pretty much, Baran tells, take up the sword and end the fight quickly. We have to it eventually, that Dai will later on end up breaking the blade because Vern will later on cover the core that's supposed to be his weakness. But eventually Dai will later on end up fighting against Vern, but later on struggles to do so. But eventually Dai will later on grab onto a sword and drive it into a vertical downward spiral and downward slash attack and kill Dark King Vern at last. Vern will later on turn to stone and later on burn to a crisp into a stun. We had to it, Pop will later, everyone will see Dai falling down and Pop ends up saving him, And we have to it, everybody gets happy that Dai finally came back and they finally defeated the Dark King, And we have to it eventually, that everyone is celebrating greatly. However, Kilvern ends up showing up and says, hey, what's up? How you doing? But Avan, on the other hand, gets really shocked about this and says, how the hell are you still alive? And we have to it, Vern says, well, I like to tell you something. I'm actually the real Kilvern, or Kilvern, which apparently is that little miniature monster guy that always hanged out with the robot guy. And we get to see to it that Kilvern activate his final trump card, and it was a black core inside that robot. And we have to it that that Pop and Dai will later on take that robot with the black core and shoot it up all the way up to the sky to try not to let it blow up the surface world, because once the pillar blows up, so it will follow up to the other pillars, But we have to it that Aban will later on throw a golden feather on that mini monster, which is Kilvern or something, and we have to it that freaking a mom will later on deliver a powerful refractor fist and kill him, We have to it Dai and Pop is trying to get that robot out of the sky whatsoever. And also, Kilvern was actually a servant of Veslar, which is very, very shocking, Even I was pretty shocked about it myself. And as for Dai and Pop, we have to it that before the detonation is about to blow up, Pop was getting ready to die with the bomb explosion. However, Dai decides not to let that happen and kicks Pop away, and therefore tells everyone, farewell everyone, it's been a good journey. However, now my journey ends. It's only natural that I protect everyone I love and care about, And we have to it eventually that the bomb ends up blowing up and everyone could only stare in shock of what happened. And as for Pop, he ends up having to cry out loud in anger and anguish. And we have to it that Dai's grandfather tells Dai's sword, tells Dai's sword that Dai, ever since that day, man, we've been looking high and low for you everywhere we go, but you are never to be found, And we have to it that everyone is very upset about this, etc., and that the gravestone is Dai's sword, which is really upsetting. However, we have to it Leona shows up and tells him that marker of Dai's sword is saying that he is going to come back eventually. And Pop is like, what are you talking about? Dai is coming back? What are you talking about? We have to it Lon Burke says to everyone, that sword on that pedestal right now that you have right now is actually Dai's sword. No matter what, no one else can wield it. If Dai was truly dead, then that sword on the jewel will actually not glow anymore. And it would signify that he's truly dead. And that sword would lose its strength and fade away, etc., And has that light faded? And we get to see that Dai's sword shines, signaling that he's actually alive, but we don't really know where. And right now, Pop is wondering, where is he though? Where is Dai? But we have to it, Lomberg says, I don't know where he is. Thing is, he could be in the heavens or in the underworld. And right now, Pop says it doesn't matter anymore. Because as long as he's alive, that's all that matters. All I know is he's going to come back to us eventually, And we have to it, there's a post-credit scene where everyone's having their journey, Which apparently is very sad and emotional. Because we get to see Pop along with Mam and Merle. Which apparently I'm surprised Merle is actually with Pop and Mam. Which is kind of funny. So it looks like Pop has his own little harem. So I give him props for that, He says, come on, let's go this way, And we get to see a narration from Pop that everyone is doing okay so far. As for Avon, he is now king whatsoever. Wondering, okay, hold up, why am I king again? And then we get to see Hyunkuro and Larhart going on another journey. I don't know where they're going right now, but all I know is their journey is not going to end anytime soon. As for the girl that likes Hyunkuro, she's actually following them behind them, which we don't really know what she's doing, but she's not gonna let him go. And we get to see Chewie, with his monster pals and making a freaking fort right now, We see Crocodile along with him over there, which is gonna be really fun. And we get to see a symbol of Gome-chan there, which is apparently also emotional. And we get to see Batora's brother giving back all they stolen whatsoever, which is only natural because it's the punishment whatsoever. And people are living in peace right now. As for Nova, he continues to hone his blacksmithing skills with Lomberg having to tutor him or watch over him. As for Leona, she awaits the date that Dai will return, etc. And we have to it that Dai himself will later on someday return. And we get to see Dai's face next to a sword right now, and it ends off there. And it ends off with Dragon Quest, The Adventure of Dai, Dragon Quest Finn. So pretty much that was the true ending of Dai himself, and it's very emotional and sad because Dai, I really wanted a proper ending when it came to this, but I'm afraid this is a more fitting ending, I guess, because pretty much Dai's hero job is done. He's pretty much done, saying the rest is now up to you guys. I will return eventually, but should that evil that matches up to Dark King Vern ever arise again, then I hope I will return and fight for you guys once more. And that alone is pretty much that could be you can interpret it many ways you want, but to me this feels like it's the ending of Dragon Quest 3. If you guys play Dragon Quest 3, A Hero's Tale, or How the Journey Begins, of Loto or Edric's or Loto's bloodline, you'll understand that the hero did disappear towards the ending of in Dragon Quest 3. Major spoiler, by the way. Because either his job is done or he decides to settle down, he's done, that kind of thing. But whatever the case may be, it ended with Dai having to sacrifice himself, but he's still alive somewhere, which shows that he's not dead yet. So we don't really know where he's at. He's either in the heavens with his parents or in the underworld fighting. We don't know. But I could tell you this. Veslar, the Dragon King Veslar, that guy still poses a threat. We don't really know when he's coming back, but I did do some research and someone did tell me that he was supposed to be the next antagonist of the Dragon Quest Adventure of Dai series, which really sucks because I heard there was supposed to be a sequel after Dark King Vern's arc, but apparently I guess that's not the case because I heard that the artists and the people who drew the manga for the Adventure of Dai or Dragon Quest, the Dai no Dai Boken, apparently they had a very bad health problem and he had to end it early, which really sucks. But there could be a possibility that it can return, and if the guy ever continues the series, which apparently he's making a prequel series right now, from what I understand, what I read and understood, that like he's trying to maybe finish it up very soon and very much like try to get it done. We don't really know what's going on, but all I know is like the prequel series of Dragon Quest Dai no Daibouken is still ongoing, and that like the guy might do a sequel to Dragon Quest Dai no Daibouken, which I hope it does happen, because I'm gonna speak you the truth right now, that Veslar, the Dragon King Veslar, he is not out of the picture yet. I mean, it may have shown and gave us the confirmation that Veslar is immortal, but he's in stone. So we don't really know if he could break out of there, but one thing for certain, before he can regenerate or possibly be a threat to the surface world, and his goal was to take over the surface world. I mean, he likes the surface world. We don't really know why, but whatever the case may be, Veslar is still out there. He's in stone, but in the underworld. So I don't know, like, if he's coming back, or if the author ever wants to make a sequel to Dragon Quest Dai no Daibouken, that would be a good time. Because Veslar, Dark King Veslar, he's not out of the picture yet. The fact that he's out there, and he's immortal. I mean, Dragon Knight Baran in his prime, when he was very young, killed him, but he's immortal, or defeated him, and later on the heaven Celestials turned him to stone before he could be a threat again. So there might be a chance that there might be a sequel to that, or there might be a continuation of the series in anime format or manga format. We don't really know. But one thing for certain is that I'm pretty sure that guy is going to be a threat in the future. Like I said, I'm repeating myself, Dragon King Veslar is still in the underworld, and he's possibly awaiting the time where he could rise, or we don't really know who's going to break down that stone. But him being in that cemented format and not killing him yet, and not killing an immortal, he's going to be a threat eventually. I mean, there could be, I hope the guy can make a sequel to that, to show to show that Veslar is a threat now to the surface world, you know? And we're going to have to see how like he could plan that out. And if he does make a sequel, that'll be great. I am willing to read it and actually even talk about it, because I love this series very much. Now, it's nothing special, nothing original, nothing amazing, obviously. Although the transformations of Dragonoid, Dragon Knights, you know, is really awesome. The powers of them, etc., etc., etc. So, yeah. Anyways, I'm looking forward to... Maybe if there is a sequel, we don't know. But one thing for sure, I can tell you that there is a prequel. I've been looking far throughout the internet, up and down, all around, trying to look for the prequel manga, you know? And trying to read it, if I can, etc. But one thing's for certain, though, is that, like, I can say this, my journey has finally come to an end. It's finally over. It's been a very good 2 years of a journey with Dragon Quest Dai no Daibouken, or The Adventure of Dai. Someday in the future, someday, hopefully, we don't know when, maybe it will not happen, maybe it will happen, that there will be a sequel to The Adventure of Dai. Because, like I said, Dragon King Veslar of the Underworld is still alive. And I'm pretty sure he's not going to sit around to do nothing. He may have his servants try to break him out of that permanent stone crucifixion, or stone like frozen solid that he's in. And he's immortal, so I don't know how you're going to kill an immortal, but we'll have to find out. So yeah, anyways, look, hopefully there could be a sequel or not, but this was the right ending for now, because Veslar, he can't break out of that stone no matter what. I don't think no one else can really do it anyway. Even if they try, they'll just shatter him to pieces and he won't be able to repair himself. So I guess this is another way to say that he can't really be a threat anymore, because he's really stuck in that stone format in the underworld. He's pretty much stuck and can't fight. So yeah, and so then people, that's about it. I hope you guys enjoyed The Adventure of Dai as much as I did, you know. I mean, like, and what would be my score in terms of entertainment wise and everything else all considered, despite having some issues here and there. I might be overreacting and maybe loving the series too much, and it's nothing great, so I'll give it 9 out of 10 entertainment. But in terms of story and everything else, I guess maybe an average from a 6 to a 7 at least out of 10. I just want to be like in a easy format or saying like that, but whatever. So I guess that's it. The adventure ends today, and I'm glad to ever been part of it. It looks like Friday is going to be very empty for me, but, more free time for me. So until then, people, I'll see you guys next time and see you guys for the next few series of what's to come. I'm Alpha Have a good day. I'll see you guys next time, alright? Peace out. Bye-bye. Toot-toot-oo. Avant Strash forever.